Country hits back-to-back the Hillbilly Bone with Shelton and Trace. I can't call them a Motley Crew, really, because there's only two. Motley Duo. We'll leave the Motley Crew to Al Dean and Church and that whole crew. It's kind of funny. I was talking about that like 3 weeks ago, because I've always called them the Motley Crew since the song came out. And somebody said, Motley Crew? I said, no, not the Motley Crew. A Motley Crew. And I wish they'd continue on. Going to be the number one song this weekend, you see. Country Countdown USA, 11 o'clock Sunday, gets underway with Lon Helton as always, and Little Miss Taylor Swift going to make her way into the studio with him this weekend. 8:06, 37 degrees, some clouds, and that's pretty much how it is everywhere except for my friends down in Lowville. You're at 33, so you got the cold spot. You know how important it is, well, hopefully I've been proving it to you for the past few months, how important it is to me that we serve the communities. And that can take on a lot of different avenues across the North Country. Whether it's things like talking about the care packages for soldiers' events or the Redneck Winter Games and having Meisner in here. Any of the other number of guests that we've had in the community corner of the Wolf Den. It also takes the avenue of supporting local musicians. It's something I've done my entire career, which has spanned a long time now. We don't need to talk about the length. But it has, and I've always supported it because this is where the future of music comes from. Why does it have to come from just Chicago and L.A. and New York and St. Louis and Austin, Texas? What's wrong with right here in the Berg or Madrid or Waddington or Redwood? I don't care. Colton, Potsdam. Come on, it's here. We just need to expose it and learn about it and have a little bit of discovery going on. Which leads me to introduce to you. Many of you know him already. Many of you don't. Shawn Stoddard, I appreciate you coming in this morning and being in the Wolf Den with me.
I appreciate you having me.
Come up real close there for now until you start singing. Because he's going to be loud when he sings. So we'll ride his mic low. Look, we were talking off air, and I did the same thing yesterday. I want to approach this from, let's assume no one has any clue who you are, what you've done, or what you plan on doing. So just kind of give yourself a little introduction to the members of the Wolf Den.
Well, as it's been said, my name is Shawn Stoddard. I am a singer-songwriter out of Ogdensburg, New York. My main interests right now are writing music and displaying all the profits to a couple of charities that I have going on at the moment.
Now, you started very young, as many musicians do. What drove you to get into this kind of slightly alternative, rough-edged country sound that you have?
Honestly, I think it came down to watching my sisters sing the old raspy country songs from Reba McEntire and Leanne Womack, stuff like that. And I had a really good boogie to it, and I was already a blues fan at the time, having my father being a blues guitarist himself, and kind of a local rock legend, I guess you could say, quote unquote. So I just tried to kind of follow in that whole footstep and got really, really geared into it. And
meld the sounds together, which is really cool. And that's really what's transpired across the entire history of country music. I mean, you go all the way back to the Hank days, and I'm talking senior. And it was really a mix of sounds if you listen to what it was. I mean, there was blues to it. There was twang to it. There was, it was just a little bit of everything, and that's what made it special. And that's continued. I mean, even all the way up through, stuff like the Al Dean records that we play or the Aaron Lewis records that we play. It's kind of a mix of everything. It's the story. It's the soul of the music that matters.
I honestly believe that every singer, songwriter, or creator has kind of got their own twist on things, and as the years have gone by, it's all molded into this country grunge. Someone had told me recently like a red dirt kind of country, I guess you could say.
It's what it is, and we're going to expose it a little bit this morning. Tim McGraw, Truck, on the Wolf.
Got a Lil Wayne popping on my iPod, thumping on the subs in the back of my crew cab. Redneck rocking like a
Country Hits back-to-back 95.3. We are the Wolf. I tell you, I'm going to leave listening to that song 20 years from now, and it's still going to get me because of what it's all about. You know, we support our men and women on the front lines of freedom every day, like we're doing with these care packages for soldiers. Deals again this weekend, Parishville and Gouverneur. But the sad, realistic fact is many make that ultimate sacrifice and don't come back. And that's what that song's all about. So it just it gets me every time. 8:18. Shawn Stoddard joining us in the Wolf Den this morning. Mid-30s, upper 30s now for some of us. Still 31 for you folks listening in down in Lowville. Shawn, just real quick, because this is very important to you, and it's very important to me and the project overall. First of all, let's do this in the right order. Where can folks find your product and purchase your product?
Oh, absolutely. I can give them that information. You can find any downloads of my songs and apparel, which all proceeds are going to charity at www.reverbnation.com/Shawn Stoddard.
Now, I assume they can probably get product as well when you're out performing, or should I not assume that? Some artists do, some don't.
Yes and no. Yes and no, depending on the venue.
Okay, throw that out one more time, but don't let me forget to post that on our Facebook page before you run.
So the page again would be www.reverbnation.com/Shawn Stoddard.
Now, besides getting your hands on some good sounding stuff and supporting a local artist, half the proceeds go to a couple of great charities. Just spend a minute talking about those, because this is very cool that you're doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been more of an honor than anything. I have a charity called Love, Hope, Strength. They purchase medical equipment and supplies and raise awareness through special events, documentaries, media. They're also known for building cancer centers and finding bone marrow donors from time to time for special situations. And
I understand this is quite a large organization. They're even international.
Yeah, they're huge. They're huge, definitely.
And now you've got a second one, right?
Yeah. My second one was the Fender Music Foundation. Their company itself is the actual Fender Guitar Association. They provide musical equipment and set up concerts and stuff, also for cancer awareness and music therapy programs and stuff like that for most classrooms around the world. They are not only a national but a global situation.
Well, I think it's great. A lot of folks do this. A lot of artists do this more than we're unfortunately aware of. But let me just say this: there, and don't take this the wrong way.
No,
but there's a big difference between someone with the coin of a Tim McGraw doing this and a local guy doing this.
I'm broke.
We're in music. You're supposed to be broke.
Broke.
That's what makes it real.
Oh, it's real. It's real broke.
But and that's the point. I mean, you doing this to me means more and has more passion and emotion to it. And that doesn't take anything away from the Tim McGraws and George Straits of the world. I love them, and thank God they do.
Them, definitely.
But that's the difference. Hey, he's being honest, and that's what it's all about. I'm going to roll you a Travis Tritt, and then we're going to get him set up, and he's going to do one live for you this morning right out of the den, so we can hopefully help him not be broke as we move into the future. It's Travis Tritt. Here's a quarter.
You say you were wrong to ever leave me alone, and now you're sorry.
Now, as broke as he may be, Shawn at least has a quarter, so he can call somebody who cares, and that's why they picked up the phone and hopefully called me so he could come into the Wolf Den and do some music for you this morning. 95.3, we are the Wolf. Good morning. Appreciate you kicking off the weekend with me. 8:23, mid-30s, some clouds. Progressively getting a little colder as we get into the weekend. Only about 20 tomorrow, partly sunny, and then for the Redneck Winter Games on Sunday, be there. Waddington, JC's River Run Bar and Grill. I want to see you. We're looking at mid-teens and flurries with some sunny breaks. To me, that's perfect for a Redneck Winter Games setup. You don't happen to be coming out there, are you?
That's a good possibility.
Come on out.
No doubt.
Come on out, hang with me. We'll watch people toss toilet seats instead of real horseshoes.
Might even be a competitor. No.
And what was the ladies' fry pan toss? But then I discovered that you don't necessarily have to be a lady. You can show up dressed as a lady, and they'll let you compete. And I was just like, I don't need visuals.
Well, that kind of depends, though.
Like
I mean,
that.
if that pays. I mean, I have mentioned I am broke, so for the right price, things can happen.
Yeah, I heard it here first. Now, what's the name of this song you're going to play for us? And I understand you haven't done this one before?
No, this has never been aired live in any venue or radio station, anything like that. This is called Feels Like Love. It was actually a very early Valentine's Day gift for my loved one, my fiance.
That's awesome. So you hear it from the heart, and that's what writing a good song's all about. Shawn Stoddard, live from the Wolf Den. It's all you.
All right. Big blue eyes, they look right through me. They look right on past my disgrace. I knew the moment that she loved me. She put that smile back on my face. No, I won't be lonely, yeah, as long as she is by my side. I take a breath and hold her closely. She's the reason I'm alive. There's a time when she says she loves me. I love the way she looks at me, the way she walks and talks is lovely, like it's out of a movie scene. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now I know I can't be lonely, yeah, 'cause she's always by my side. I'll take a breath and hold her closely, and she's the reason I'm alive. And this feels like love, oh, the one you mean. Love is all I'll ever need. Yes, this feels like love, oh, you know the one I mean. She's the one God chose for me, yeah. Try and take her from me, oh no, 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 but the stronger I will be. You can hope to break our feelings, but she'll just come back to me. She knows it's true. And this feels like love, oh, the one I mean. Her love is all I'll ever need, yeah. Yes, this feels like love, oh, you know the one I mean. Yeah, she's the one God chose for me, yeah, 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 yeah. Na 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 na. Every morning when I wake up, baby, I see you there, and I want to live that moment over and over. I know it's true love. No one can deny that fact. Just gotta say I love you.
That is some awesome stuff.
Thank you, sir.
If I had an applause track, I'd play it, but maybe I wouldn't because that wouldn't be real. It's just the three of us in here. That really, seriously, that is very cool. I mean,
Thank you very much.
You probably saw me like a minute into it. I'm over and tapping my foot. I'm getting into it. If I could get into a song that quickly, man, that's what it's all about. Shawn Stoddard, live from the Wolf Den this morning, and that right there, that nails what we're talking about before we go to break. You can tell that was written and it's performed from your heart.
That's totally from my heart. 110%. Absolutely.
Man, that is cool stuff. 8:30 in the Den, 36 degrees, some clouds. We'll be back with Shawn Stoddard after a little Bentley. We'll tip it on back. That's the way we get a Friday underway in the Wolf Den.
The staff at FX Caprera knows that to be named the 2013 Truck of the Year at the Detroit Auto Show, you got to be the best.
God, are we in the final half hour already? I just don't know where it goes. 8:40, mid-30s. I'm looking out the den, and we got some light snow. No, that's really flurries. I can't go overboard and say light snow. That's scary. It's just flurries. It's going to be a decent weekend. Don't worry. AccuWeather will be along shortly with some details. We'll probably squeeze in one more look at local headlines with John Moore, too, before we kick off 2 hours of commercial-free country. Shawn Stoddard joining us in the studio this morning. Remind me, what was the name of the first one you did?
It's called Feels Like Love.
Yeah, I mean, that was, man, that was really cool stuff. If this second one's just half as good.
Well, let's hope so.
You know,
I was much more broke on this one than I was So
this one you're going to play now, you're even more broke now?
I was way more broke at this point in time.
Well, then this is really going to mean something.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just from a different angle.
I think this might have been the reason why I became broke, honestly.
What's the name of this one?
It's called Talk About It.
All right. Let it rip. Shawn Stoddard live from the Wolf Den on the Friday show, kicking off your weekend across the North Country.
Everybody likes it. 2, 3, 4. I don't know why you keep wronging me. There must be something strong, maybe something bothering. And I don't know why you won't set me free. You keep on calling me, waiting for my line to come free. So I have to ask myself, will this be right? But the things you say to me, girl, are to start a fight. Then you'll say, why don't we talk about it? Don't shout about it till everything gets crazy again. Why don't we shout about it? When we talk about it, then everything gets crazy in the end. As stubborn as I can be, I still get sad. And the things you say to me, girl, still make me mad. So you put your pain inside me, I feel its grasp. But the tension's rising now, girl. I guess I'll hear you ask, and you'll say, why don't we talk about it? Don't shout about it till everything gets crazy again. Why don't we shout about it? And don't talk about it, 'cause everything gets crazy in the end. The things you say to me, girl, make me feel like I just treat you bad. no, no, no. The things you say to me, girl, make me feel like I'm just less than man. So stubborn as I can be, I still get sad. The pain you put inside, girl, makes me real mad. So I have to ask myself, will this be right? But the things you say to me, girl, I do start a fight. Then you'll say, why don't we talk about it? Don't shout about it till everything gets crazy again. Why don't we just shout about it? Don't talk about it, 'cause everything gets crazy in the end.
See, that one I know. That's the one I was playing over and over again this week. Very cool stuff. Shawn Stoddard live from the Wolf Den. Our first official, from a musician standpoint, first official live guest. I mean, we get more and more people in here from the community, but hopefully we can get more and more folks like yourself, local artists who just love and have a passion and are so good at what you do, because seriously, man, I mean this, you deserve the exposure. You're darn good at what you're doing.
I do try my best.
And he's broke, so.
Broke is a joke.
We'll be back to do a quick recap shortly with Shawn Stoddard from the Wolf Den, the Friday show kicking off the weekend, hopefully, I think, in style across the North Country. I let into the show this morning just after 6 for you folks who were here early on by saying, look, I think yesterday, not only did we have fun, but that was more of an informative type of show, whereas this morning, I was thinking more a little on the informative side, but a little more on the fun side by supporting some local music. And so far, it's turned out all right. We'll do some Currington, one of my theme songs, Pretty Good at Drinking Beer, next on The Wolf.
Did you see a VW on the road today? I bet you did. The funny little car of peace and love has become the new mainstream of fun and reliability. Come drive one today at FX Caprera Watertown and find out why everyone loves their VW. And we love our VW drivers.
Dark, scary songs that have come out. They're so very good. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I love them. They're just, it's a little scary, some of the content in recently. 8:55 here in the den, and hopefully outside the den as well. Mid-30s, few flurries falling down. All in all, not too bad. Tomorrow, colder, some sunshine, and then Sunday, perfect. Some clouds, some flurries, some sun, mid-teens for the Redneck Winter Games. All gets underway at noon in Waddington. Shawn Stoddard, I can't thank you enough for coming in here this morning. Look, I can't sing, so I won't even consider myself an artist in any way, shape, or form. However, I do know it's tougher to get up first thing in the morning and come in and get the pipes warmed up and sing and really get into your stuff. It's different. It really is. It's harder to do. So I appreciate you taking the time to do it and coming in here. I think you sounded great. I think that this room sounded cool, so hopefully we can do more and more of this in the future.
Yeah, definitely. It sounded pretty tight in here this morning.
Any upcoming gigs you want to throw out, tell people about?
Right now it's kind of on the secretive level, so we're gonna put out a few more songs on Reverb Nation. Once again, if you want to get to that site, it's www.reverbnation.com/Shawn Stoddard, and you can download all the information there, apparel and songs. Once again, Love, Hope, Strength, and the Fender Music Foundation. They're going to get a 50-50 split between the two of them for any of the sales. Other than that, like I said, uploading 3 more songs within the midst of, let's say by springtime anyways, and I'll keep everybody up to date.
I was going to say, keep us in the loop, man.
Absolutely.
When it's time to release that Bond-like information.
It should be a lot of fun.
Cool. Well, I look forward to it.
I appreciate it.
Again, the whole point to this is just, to me, it's another way to help serve the communities of the North Country when we can have folks like yourself in and who are willing to come in and perform music live. To me, that's awesome. So really, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You have a good weekend. You have a good weekend. Y'all out there, you have a good weekend. I'll be back in just over an hour because it is Friday, and that means I got to save you money with the North Country Saves Auction. I mean, we're talking everything from airline tickets to pizzas that you can get at no more than 50% of the market price. Are you kidding me? You can't pass things up like that. So we'll chat with you in just over an hour. I'll give you another peek at the AccuWeather forecast before I run and get you into 2 hours of commercial-free twangs thanks to Fidelis Care. Next on The Wolf.
Have you had enough of the car you're driving? Would you like a car that costs under